Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are from the 12th until the 18th of October 2020. And I am going to start with my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Aries. My gorgeous Aries, for those of you who don't know what Aries is, my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Aries, you know, I want to say that this week will be quite important to you because it's marking an ending of the situation that was just really becoming rather annoying in your life. It's marking the ending of situation that was draining your energy like, oh my lord, like there is no tomorrow. It's marking the situation also at the same time which was just really becoming rather negative point or a negative stage around you, because every single time when you would think about it, every single time when you would focus, every single time when you would try to do something, you know, at the same time this would be bringing you down, this would be bringing you down, and this would be bringing you down. And that's why I'm saying it's so important, because it's at the same time going to be rather directly connected to your own personal enlightenment. So at the same time you're just going to start almost immediately, you're going to start to attract certain opportunities in your life. But what I want to say even more, what I want to say is even more important, that there will be like a vision that you are going to have at around the end of the week, my gorgeous Aries. But it's very significant on so many different levels, because that vision that you are going to have, it's going to turn into something else. That vision that you are going to have, it's going to turn into something big, something huge, something massive. The bottom line is, it's all boiling down to having a rather important opportunity. And by doing this opportunity, by focusing on this opportunity, by thinking about this opportunity only, you're just gonna start feeling really your vibration is going, your personal vibration is going to start raising, you know, which means that at the same time you're going to start feeling really optimistic, and at the same time this is going to bring you a really wonderful feeling of healing, and that in return is going to make you feel really creative. So you're going to be able to feel that gorgeous sense of happiness and excitement at the same time, which is going to be leading you, guiding you through, you know, this excitement, this feeling of happiness every single time when you think about something new in your life, something that just started to appear, which is going to happen to you, my gorgeous Aries. And then that at the same time just makes you feel so good, that at the same time, you know, re-energize you in so many different ways. But most certainly and most importantly, it's about the motivation, it's about the new beginning, it's about an opportunity, it's about an inspiration, it's about an excitement. When we get that balance of energy just right, when we get that balance of energy just perfect, when we get that balance of energy and feel it, you know, like with our own personal vibration, oh my lord, we just need to simply ignore all the negativities, and we just have to follow our own flow. We follow our own vibration, we follow our own energy. This is exactly what I want to say, that it's really important, because there are going to be things around you that are going to at the same time kind of like still kind of be tricking you into the situation to kind of like maybe it's going to affect you in such a way like, oh no, maybe you should think about this, maybe you should think about that. No baby, no. You think about yourself, you think about what's right, you think what you want to do, and you think what you think it's right. You don't listen to other people and don't get affected by the nonsense that's going on around you. You just follow your journey, you just follow your path, and you're going to be absolutely fine. This is all about you, it's about your opportunity, and it's also at the same time you about trusting yourself, my gorgeous Aries. This is an important moment in time, you know. And also, you know, it's just gonna feel like, oh thank Lord, you know, the weight of my shoulders has been lifted, you know, and this is really good. This is a really good feeling, you know. And at the same time when you get this feeling, you know, this is also like kind of shaky, you know, moment, because it's all about your own wake up call that is at the same time going to open your eyes and make you realize an important truth. An important truth, my gorgeous Aries, is most certainly going to come to the surface, and I really like it, because it's all about you rediscovering yourself, rediscovering your excitement, rediscovering your happiness, but also realizing how powerful you are, how strong you are, how magical you are. In particular, my gorgeous Aries, when you focus towards something, when you want to do something, when you want to achieve something, you baby, you just go and you most certainly do it. And this is the energy that I'm talking about, that is just so important for you to understand that you're very powerful, you're very strong, you're very significant, and ignore anything around you and just keep on doing your thing. This will be an important moment in time, my gorgeous Aries. Indeed. Let me just see what is your tarot card going to be, and while I'm shuffling this, I'm already feeling like, that you're going to be doubting something, and I'm seeing uncertainty, but I'm just saying that, if there is an opportunity this week for you to maybe to invest into something huge, something massive, something enormous, I wouldn't do it. But if it comes to an opportunity to invest something little, something tiny, something like a bit more experimentative, then most certainly I would go for it, because it's all kind of a lot pointing towards the direction that something little is going to become a huge, but in the best possible way when it comes to you. You see 3 of Cups, yeah, so this is nothing unusual, and you're also, this is an important time of the communication, it's an important time of you expressing yourself, and it's an important time of you kind of finding out things about yourself, in particular when it comes to those people around you, in particular when it comes to those people that really understand you, and in particular when it comes to those people who really knows you, because there is someone in particular who is going to tell you something, someone who knows you, something is going to inspire you, the certain word, the certain sentence, the certain moment is going to become really big here, and it's going to come through someone who knows you really well, and that in itself is going to inspire you, that in itself is also going to re-energize you, and it's going to bring you the beautiful new inspiration, because on one hand it's about like an energy, a really excited energy, but then on another hand it's doing the things at the right moment at the right time, and also an annoying problem, an annoying issue, it's going to come to an end, and it's all about this conclusion that is going to be remarkable, and it's not going to be as bad as you could possibly thought, not even as half. So this is the time of your personal activation, my gorgeous Aries, and I really like it. When you talk, you will be able to express yourself really beautifully this week, and you will be able to feel this. So now I'm just going to see what is your oracle card, my gorgeous Aries. Pam para para pam 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 para para pam 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 tan tara tara tan tara tara tun turu turu tu la 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 Erini la 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 Erini la 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 la. This oracle card will be important for you, Erini, important for you, important for you, important for you. This card, living light energy, see the beauty in life. It is about rediscovering yourself. It is about discovering yourself. It is about finding yourself on a very interesting path, which is to start with going to create and start the process of a little bit of a confusion, but purely because you're gonna start feeling attached to things you haven't felt attached for a long time. So your past is in a certain way going to be calling, but then at the same time this is all about your personal brightness, it's all about your personal energy, and you need to know that the power of manifestation is going to be very strong, in particular this week, my gorgeous Aries. So you are just going to start feeling it again. I'm not saying that you didn't feel it before, but I'm just saying that you will be able to start feeling it again, and you're going to realize something very important, the change that needs to happen. But before that change needs to happen, you need to come to terms that there are other changes that are going to be followed through as well at the same time. It's just part of the process, but it's also about the realization that you're getting very close, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis. My gorgeous Taurus, my beautiful Taurinis, you know, my baby, there is going to be a really nice element of surprise that you are going to have also this week. But the surprise that you are going to have, it's purely going to come through the certain information, maybe certain text message, maybe it's going to come through like an email, maybe someone is going to tell you something directly. However, it's all going to boil down to one particular thing, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's about a reward, my babies, reward from the hard work, reward from the time when you used loads of your energy, a reward from the time when you were just like, like when you were projecting energy towards something, into something, and maybe you didn't see like the certain like enough response from it, enough success from it, it was just a bit of a waiting game, but it's to do with your passion, it's to do with you waiting for it, but also it's to do with you with understanding, that it is most certainly going to take time in order to get a certain and necessary achievements. Sometimes in this life it's not really great to rush things. We go by our feelings, we go by our emotions, we go by our intuition, indeed, and sometimes it's very wise to really just go by what we want to do, but at the same time to make sure that we go slowly, one step at a time, slowly but surely, baby. Sometimes can take a long time, but when we are doing what we are meant to do within our personal enlightenment, then that is going to happen, and sooner or later we just keep going, my baby, keep going, my baby, and keep going, my baby. You were keeping going long enough, my gorgeous Taurinis. So this is exactly what I am talking about. An important reward is going to come through from the hard work, and this is really important because it's going to bring you this wonderful balance. But then at the same time, what you're going to find yourself doing, you're going to find yourself using this balancing energy and really using it to the best of your ability by actually finding yourself focusing on doing priorities, like few different priorities at the same time. So also, my babies, if you want to do and deal with the problems, annoying problems that you need to deal with, that you're always like kind of keeping aside or waiting for some other moment, or God forbid and forget, it's important to kind of like get this ball rolling. So this is what is going to happen. There's certain few things that were just really annoying you, and you need to focus on them, you need to do them. Most certainly they're going to become rather obvious at this moment in time. So just pay attention, my gorgeous Taurinis, as well, because this week is going to bring you this beautiful deepness and wiseness, and you will be able to reflect on the problems and the situations in your life from a completely different angle, which is on another hand in return going to provide you an insight, with a magical insight that you wouldn't normally have. So this is the beauty of this particular week when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. So now a focus on the priorities, successfully balancing many priorities. So this is on one hand what you're going to be doing, but then on another hand you can just project your intention towards the problems and issues, and this is how you can start this process and progress at the same time. It's all about a wonderful, powerful determination that you are going to have, and a willpower. That willpower, I need to explain to you that it's going to surprise you. That willpower that you are going to have, this is your personal energy that is actually coming from somewhere very deep from within, and it's also connected to the long path. It's connected to many years indeed. So this is reaching a very, very important point when it comes to you actually having a certain recognition. I really like this, because it's on one hand, this is about a reward, but on another hand, there is an absolutely remarkable recognition going to happen in two different ways. You will be recognized. You are going to be recognized. Your work is going to be recognized. Your intentions are going to be recognized, but also at the same time, you see, at the same time, you will recognize, what you personally need to pay attention to, what you personally need to kind of like a focus on and take it on the whole next level. What is that, my gorgeous Taurinis? Because something is going to be ready, something is going to be waiting for you, something is going to be screaming for you, something is going to be calling you, something most certainly it is to do with your path, no matter what you are, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. But this is all about your personal projection, but also you realizing that you need to pay attention to, and you need to kind of like project your energy towards it, because it's about this important recognition that you're going to recognize within yourself something, it's to do with your vision, it's to do with your path, it's to do with your journey, and it's also to do with a part of your life that you should most certainly be paying to a bit more attention to it. It's something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel at home, something that makes you feel like, every single time you think about this particular object or this particular subject, you just start feeling very energized almost immediately. Well, this is the thing that is going to be leading you and guiding you towards an important wake-up call. But this, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's only the beginning. You can also expect somebody very important in your life, somebody quite significant in your life to let you know that there is some kind of reconnection about to happen. Someone is going to see you, or someone is going to come to see you, or you're going to go and see someone. But it is going to be about an important reconnection that is going to happen, and this is going to mean to you so much, at the same time as well, my gorgeous Taurinis. And you just need to make sure that you are taking organic acerola cherry powder in the morning and in the evening. As I said before, it's rather important. Organic acerola cherry powder is a natural source of vitamin C, which is going to boost your immune system. So you take 1 little glass of water, 1 teaspoon of organic acerola cherry powder, and then you mix it up and drink it in the morning and drink it in the evening. You do this in the morning only. With also, when you do it in the morning, I meant you take it with the natural zinc and natural vitamin D. So in the morning, you take organic acerola cherry powder, 1 teaspoon, mix it up in a little bit of water, a little bit of zinc, and natural vitamin D. This is going to beautifully boost your immune system. And in the evening, before you go to sleep, you just have organic acerola cherry powder without anything else. Organic acerola cherry powder provides you with a natural vitamin C, a whopping amount of vitamin C, natural, without any horrible ingredients, which is going to beautifully boost your immune system, which is something that you're really going to benefit from, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Oh my lord, 3 of Cups again, how interesting. And now you see, this is the 3 of Cups again, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's important time because you are going to, the certain problem is also going to come to an end, but on another hand, most certainly you are going to have an important reason for celebration. This is also going to be quite remarkable week when it comes to relationship, remarkable week when it comes to an important communication, because someone is going to come through, someone is going to come forward within your circle, and they will have an important information for you, and that information that they will have for you, it's also going to give you an idea, and that idea is going to take an additional 23 days. It's going to be on your mind for like about 23 days, and it's just not going to go. It will not leave. So this is going to be something that you're going to pay attention to. It's important when it comes to your life, because on one hand, it's going to help you with an annoying, stupid problem, an important conclusion, but most importantly, it's that inspiration that you're going to have, that it's almost going to make you feel artistic, in so many different ways, and it's going to re-energize you, it's going to open your eyes, and it's just going to awaken you in so many different ways. I really, really like it. It does mean that you are most certainly very, very soon, you're going to have a reason for celebration, my gorgeous Taurinis, and the reason why is because of this week, because what's happening this week, my gorgeous Taurinis, this is important. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card. Oh, guard your energy. This is significant. You are going to have a sign, my gorgeous Taurinis. You are going to have a sign this week when you see a little creature, gorgeous little creature, like a dog-like, or a wolf, or like a coyote, or anything like that, anything like a similar to dog. You are at the same time going to have a quite strong information which is going to be provided to you. And the dog that you're going to see this week, my gorgeous Taurinis, It could be like something you see outside, but it could be something that you see on the picture. It could be something that you see on the television screen. It could be something that you see on the computer. It really depends where you are going to be at, where your energy is going to be at, and the way you're going to enter into this particular dimension. Or maybe it will just be in your mind. It's just suddenly you find yourself thinking about something, and then you're kind of thinking about a certain dog, or out of the blue some kind of a dog come to your mind, or a wolf come to your mind, and then it's very important to keep on paying attention around it. A few days later, what is going to come through, what is going to come forward, because that it's all about you realizing that you are protected, you realizing that you are secure, you realizing that you are safe. This is going to be a very strong and very powerful message that you're protected, that you're guarded, and you're absolutely safe. This is going to be very personal to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Just remember, at any point when you have a connection or reconnection with a certain dog, wolf, or coyote, or anything like that, you will know that within the next day you are most certainly going to have a very strong sign that you are safe. And just remember that this is going to be very personal to you, and this is going to mean to you so much indeed. Okay, so the next sign, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, I love you so much. Do you know what I want to say to you? That some kind of process is going to take place. It's going to surprise you. You are gonna have a little surprise, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed. But the surprise is going to be good, and it's most certainly going to be connected to something very, very positive, and it's also going to bring you an unfoldment, a really interesting unfoldment of events that you did not kind of plan or you did not kind of expect, but it's going to be really significant because you will realize that you're reaching a full circle. Sorry, you're going to realize that you reached the full circle. So once you realize this, you're also going to realize at the same time that there is going to be the fresh, the beautiful fresh energy which is just going to start energizing you, and the energy that you are going to have, it's going to be your guiding light at the same time. I want to say that this is so important because you're going to find yourself like a really contemplating, you're going to be contemplating about what you're going to do, but this is not necessarily to do with you, but it's about making an important decision involving someone else. But it's so important for you to get this right, and it's so important for you to listen to your intuition. It's so important for you to understand that you're going to be guided by your spirit guides and by your guardian angels, and there are going to be necessary answers that you're going to get, that you're going to receive, which are most certainly at the same time going to confirm this to you. The signs that you're going to get and receive are just going to feel like completely like coming from somewhere else. Perhaps this is going to be like a little feather. Perhaps you're going to hear like a little music, some kind of music, but you're not going to be sure where is it coming from, like a different dimension. It all depends, but it's just going to happen with an element of like a weirdness, with an element of a different dimension, with an element of like it's like coming from somewhere else. Very, very spiritual in so many different ways. This is how you're going to feel, and this is exactly because this is what is going to be. It's about an unfoldment, and when unfoldment takes place, which is going to start happening to you from the beginning of this week, then there are other things that are going to follow at the same time, which are going to surprise you, and you're new to just kind of pay attention to what you kind of really feel strongly connected to. In particular, when it comes to things that you used to do and you used to enjoy them, but you're not doing them anymore. So there will be a really powerful connection in between you and your past, and that in itself is going to help you to come to terms with what your next stage is going to be. But also on another hand, it's going to help you to bring a reflection when it comes to an issue, you know, that is like kind of bothering you, and it's affecting your own personal energy, and that in itself it's affecting your own harmony, and that in return it's preventing you to feel free. So this week will be very kind of like a powerful when it comes to you releasing yourself, you know, from the things that are holding you down. But only once you reach to this sorry, only once you get to this week you will understand, and you will realize how strong, what a strong point, and how powerful this situation is actually going to be. Sorry. Now also karmically, something that you did not that long ago, something really beautiful and really nice, you helped to someone, or you did something really positive and really beautiful, and you made someone feel so good not that long ago. Number 7 is very strongly connected to this situation, so there is an absolutely remarkable karmic reward that you are going to have because of that. Just watch this space, my gorgeous Gemininis, watch this space. You know, on another hand, what else I was going to say about this week, you know, just be a little bit careful this week, because on another hand, sorry, sorry, be a little bit careful this week, because on another hand I see like a little bit of a conflict, you know. Make sure that you put your point across, make sure that you put your foot down, but also try to make sure that you don't kind of have a conflict, because I'm letting you know that there is some kind of like a conflict that is going to arise this week in between you and someone else, and purely because of having like opposing opinions, you know. And so it's so important for you to walk away from any drama, you know, and it's just so significant, because on one hand you need to make sure that you do, of course, need to stand up for yourself, but in the best possible way, you know, very gently and very beautifully and very calculating, you know. So you basically do the right thing, you see, but just try to like kind of either rise above the negative situation, or just try to walk away from the drama. This is really important, because it's at the same time, you know, it's time to prove yourself, you know. It's time to follow your dreams, it's time to follow your emotions, it's time to like follow your intuition, but at the same time, you know, it's an important time to stand up to yourself, but not in a way where you're like bah, scream, or I'm not saying that you're doing it, but not in a way like when you kind of like you have like a negative response towards something, and then that just takes you even deeper, takes you even further, and makes situation even worse. So it's very important to be methodical, and it's very important to be tactical, my gorgeous Gemininis, at the same time. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my babies, my gorgeous Gemini. Okay. I fell in love with a girl from the north. She burnt my heart with a flickering torch. I had a dream that no one else could see. You gave me love. Okay, so now 3, of course. This is so important. You know what? Your patience is going to be rewarded, my gorgeous Gemini. Your patience is going to be rewarded. Your patience is about to be rewarded. I'm so happy for you. You will realize how clever you are. You will realize how unique you are. You will realize how significant you are. And there, along the line, my gorgeous Gemini, is just there is going to be the certain key waiting for you. In fact, this week, it's all going to be about you connecting, reconnecting, you know, but at the same time cutting certain things out of your life. You're gonna realize that emotionally you need to make a certain change. And when I say emotionally you need to make certain change, you need to realize by yourself what this is, because it's all about your path and it's all about your spiritual journey. But most certainly, I really like this. I like this week in so many different ways. I am saying there is going to be an important reward you're going to have this week, my gorgeous Gemininis, and that reward that you're going to have at the same time is just going to confirm something to you about things that you started like quite a few months ago, ago, you know, things that you were thinking about like a few months ago. So now it is just going to provide you with a slightly different picture, and you're going to have other elements attached to it, which is just going to make you feel even more stronger towards this, you know. But be very careful and don't trust to everyone. There is one particular person that I'm just not too sure if you can actually trust to completely. I'm sorry, but you just need to kind of make sure, in particular this week, anything that comes to you, when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to like really personal things, just try to keep certain things to yourself, because you are going to have a very good news, very important news, my gorgeous Gemininis. But then again, that in itself is going to be very vibrant time for you, because it's going to re-energize you in so many different ways. But and it's just going to kind of like maybe make you feel like you want to share this. So just be careful who you share informations and things with. It's very, very important. But then again, you know, this is all about the completion of a journey, but at the same time it's about a new beginning as well. You know, it's a promise that you are going to have, that you were waiting for a long time. By the same time, it's to do with the actual a new path being revealed as well. You see, the life is going to bring you the whole new meaning. This is your oracle card, my gorgeous Gemini. So I really like it. You know, it's very important week for those of you who felt a little bit down. Very important week for those of you who felt really negative. Very important week for those of you who felt like a little bit like that your energy has been draining, you know, and that was affecting you in such a way where maybe you were kind of maybe you had a little bit of insomnia time, and maybe you were like worrying a little bit. Maybe that was affecting you when you were like trying to rest yourself. So very often, not necessarily that you had insomnia, but then you could have like maybe just feeling really tired, you know, daily. And this is surely, you know, this is like when we reach the certain point, you know, with our spirituality, and when certain things are not clicking right, until we realize what these things are that are draining our energy. And then we kind of start losing a sense a little bit. So this is going to be an important week, you know. This week, my gorgeous Gemininis, this is very deep and it's very important, because most certainly it's all about life bringing a new meaning. This is so powerful time indeed. There's an idea that you're going to have, and I like it, because it's at the same time going to start becoming a rebirth. You are going to know that the certain things are going to need to go, the certain things you're going to need to sacrifice, but most certainly you're going to have a very powerful indication that you are on the right path, that you are on the right journey, and this is going to mean to you so much. Please make sure that you are taking care of yourself, in particular when it comes to work-life balance, but also in particular when it comes to avoid sugar, avoid chocolate, avoid sweets this week, because you're going to find it really heavy. If you like chocolate so much, like for example, then you've got a dark chocolate. You know, the dark chocolate is actually really good for you, much better than the normal chocolate, you know, like say it's full of sugar and things like that. So just try to avoid the sweets as much as you can, and try to drink water, because you're going to find water really beneficial in order to boost your immune system as well, but also to flush out the toxins out of the system. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini, you know, my lord, I can sense like, oh no, it's like a lot is going to be going on this week. You know, it's gonna feel like you're gonna find yourself feeling a little bit of like a maybe sensitive. You're gonna find yourself feeling like a little bit of emotional, but not throughout the whole week. This is only going to last like about a couple of days, but it will go most certainly. But on another hand, you know, this is going to bring you a very important reward as well, my gorgeous Cancerini. So this is going to be something that you're going to be able to hold on to, because at the same time it's to do with your passion, it's to do with who you are, and it's at the same time connected to an important and rather powerful vision of yours, something that you were planning and doing and wanted to achieve and make for a long time, and now you're going to realize, ooh la la, this week it's all going to be about this important and rather significant stepping stone, a spiritual little bridge which is going to be revealed to you which is on another hand going to be rather rewarding, and it's going to pinpoint you towards the right direction, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. On another hand, yes, it's going to be a bit of like a sensitive and emotional week, because a lot is going to be going on, you're going to feel like, oh my god, too much is going on, but then again, it is going to be a bit of a stressful week, purely because there are going to be opportunities around you that you didn't think about. There are going to be opportunities around that you didn't plan around. There's going to be opportunity around that you didn't even suspect, that you're actually going to have them. So this is going to create a bit of like a stressful situation, in particular when it comes to the actual, like you feeling like, oh my god, it's too much is going on. But so basically it's all about the unexpected events, which are going to be connected to rapid changes, and this is so important, because at the same time you are gonna need to realize that you do have a very powerful and very strong ability to multitask. In fact, this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's all about you multitasking as much as you can. It's all about you throwing yourself into all sorts of things, but not just any type of things like, yeah, let me just throw myself. No, baby, no. This week you throw yourself into all sorts of things, in particular when it comes to the actual things that you have to do, you have to work on, you have to move on with, the things that you have to move on with, you simply need to work on this week. You don't need to make it necessarily like an action, like, oh, I'm gonna do it right now, I'm just gonna make changes right now. No, baby, no. But it's enough to just to connect and reconnect and to pay attention to it, and that in itself is also creating an important moment when it comes to us making this really important connection in between us and in between that particular achievement. So within itself, we're already creating a path and a journey that we have found ourselves on purely through our spiritual journey and karma and things that we have been doing in order to get so far. This is very important. So try to understand that on one hand, you are going to have a mind-blowing ability to multitask. So use this, my gorgeous Cancerinis, to the best of your ability. Use this, my gorgeous Cancerinis, because every single time when you see something so sacred, just understand that you are showered by rather magical and powerful energy, and this is all preparing you for something special. This is all preparing you for something really important. So while you're like on one hand, oh yeah, I've got the ability to do the great, like a multitasking and things like that, it's not only about that, but it's about every little bit of like some kind of information that is going to be revealed to you at the same time, the achievement that you wouldn't normally have, the option that you wouldn't normally have, and it's all going to boil down towards one particular stage, particular point, which is going to take place, which is going to happen at the end of this week. And it's remarkable because it's most certainly going to require from you to make some kind of journey, some kind of travel, some kind of journey or some kind of travel is most certainly going to become quite evident when it comes to you and when it comes to this week, my gorgeous Cancerini. But it's about the inspiration, and it's about you enjoying your life, and it's about you enjoying yourself, and it's about you doing things that you like, and about you realizing as well the elements that you didn't realize before. Something is going to be revealed to you that is going to surprise you a little bit, this week. But then again, at the same time, it's much needed information, which is just not only going to help you to kind of like find yourself within, but it's also at the same time going to bring a powerful confirmation, the sense of the direction, strong, powerful direction with a new beginning that you didn't have before. So this is something that it's rather powerful, because it's to do with you, it's to do with the beginning, it's to do with an inspiration, but it's to do with you taking the certain ability of yours, something that you like, on the whole next level, you see. Okay, again, this is absolutely remarkable. You know, you are most certainly going to realize that there's an important reward that you are going to have. On another hand, an important reward that you are going to have, and also your powerful question, you know, it's going to be answered. I'm saying powerful question is going to be answered because you are going to ask something the right person this week, and the answer is going to be mind-blowing, because there is something really, really absolutely remarkable going to happen when you realize this answer. There is something else that is going to come through, something else that is going to come forward, which is most certainly going to help you to reconnect on such a powerful level. Oh my God. An important reward you will have this week, an important balance is going to come through, and also on another hand, a mind-blowing advice. Someone very powerful is going to give you a mind-blowing advice, and this is going to help you so much to understand certain parts of yourself. It's about your own reflection, but it's also about the understanding. The things are about start changing for you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your oracle card for this particular week. Okay, Dark Night of the Soul. This is exactly so. Life is bringing a new meaning. This is really important, you see, because it's about you reconnecting with yourself, and you just be positive, be optimistic, ignore the negativities and ignore the darkness, and ignore things that are bringing you down, ignore things that are making you pessimistic, because you're going to realize that you will go through, you will win, you're a winner, you're incredible, you're very powerful, you're very unique, you're very emotional, but you're very, very significant. You know, you have got a very powerful strength around you. When you kind of like point your direction towards something, you're also remarkable when it comes to your own achievement. It looks like something that you have been worrying about. This is very personal, very, very personal. Okay, something that you have been worrying about, you are going to have a very positive information about it. Okay, and this is going to be so good for you, and it's most certainly going to make you feel so much better, because you're also going to feel like the weight was lifted off your shoulders. But this is to do with something important, something so significant to you that you were worrying about. So there is going to be an important information and news that you are going to have, that the things are going to work out for you just fine. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. My gorgeous Leonis, you're going to have a cute little surprise this week, and I like the cute little surprise that you are going to have, because it's on one hand, you know, going to be a wonderful time of you know, like a moving on with your life, because it's almost immediately going to give you an idea, and that idea is going to be everything, and it's just going to mean to you so much on so many different levels, because by doing this you can reconnect to your life, and you can start feeling happy again, you can start feeling excited again. In fact, this week it's going to be directly connected to you feeling so excited about your life again, because this information that you're going to get hold of, it's also going to provide you with an option. But it's not only about that, it's about the confirmation, and also an important time when it comes to the actual timing. Timing is going to be so significant to you this week. Timing is going to be so important to you this week, my gorgeous Leonis, because you will know exactly that's when something is going to take place, something that's so important to you, and it's to do with the change, and it's to do with the waiting game, and it's to do with the patience, and it's to do with the strength, it's to do with the balance, and it's also at the same time to do with you having a control over a situation, and it's gonna like really rejuvenate you and re-energize you in so many different ways. You can expect to start something very important, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed, but at the same time you can expect to have a really vibrant energy when it comes to you feeling energetic, and also when it comes to your health. You know, if you had like a long ailment of something that was really like kind of like a something that affected you, you know, now you are going to start feeling very very good. You're going to start feeling very optimistic, because you're going to start feeling so much better, and that in itself is going to reflect on your energy. It's going to re-energize you in so many different ways, but it's also going to kind of like bring you like a clear focus, and even more important, the actual perspective, which is going to be really significant. It's to do with your passion, and you will realize that you just need to follow yourself. You need to follow your life path. You need to follow your own journey by following your own passion. Your passion is going to be singled out, because something to do with your passion, it's going to be rewarded, and that in itself is going to immediately give you an idea, and also at the same time it's going to give you that woomish feeling, so you will just want to go for it. You will just want to try it. You will just want to kind of try different options, try different things, but it's going to happen at the right moment and the right time, and it's most certainly going to lead towards an important wake-up call, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. On another hand, somebody in your life, it's going to need your help. Somebody in your life, it's a little bit lost. Somebody very important to you, somebody very significant to you, he will need your help. Someone is just having so much issues, and is just doing something to themselves that they actually shouldn't. Maybe it's a little bit of alcohol too much, maybe it's a little bit smoking too much, maybe other things they're doing, but it's something is not quite right, and something that they're torturing themselves for, and you are going to be wonderful, and it's a perfect time for you to step in, because they will benefit from your healing energy, my gorgeous Leon, is so beautifully. On another hand, sorry, it's to do with the financial security. You are going to become aware of this week of the fact that you are in a strong point, and in a safe way, in a secure way, in particular when it comes to your own financial security, for yourself and for your family. But then at the same time, the inheritance is going to become rather significant. So you are going to hear about a certain inheritance But at the same time, if you don't have anyone who can leave inheritance, then there is going to be the certain amount of money that you are going to hear about, and this certain amount of money that you are going to hear about, the other people that are also going to be connected to it. So it's just going to kind of like going to come with an element of surprise, but then other people are going to have a part in it as well. So it's either an inheritance, or it's either some other money which you are going to become aware of, that is basically going to travel towards you. On another hand, I really like this because you are going to be thinking a lot about the peace and containment in life, and that in itself is going to reawaken certain things within you, and it's also going to make you kind of want to have a connection and reconnection with very important people in your life, like friends and family members. And of course, I think that you should just go for it, just do it. It's it's such a powerful week, and it's a powerful moment in time when it comes to you receiving all sorts of informations and all sorts of vibrations and energies which are going to be pointing you towards the right directions. And this involve people in our lives as well. This involve people who mean to us. This involve people who maybe we haven't seen in a long time that we should maybe see. You will see, it's part of your spiritual journey, so most certainly it's going to speak to you. So you will know which direction to go, and you will know exactly what to do, because you're going to find yourself thinking and feeling like and connecting to certain people in your life, and that is going to be a sign that you should just most certainly go for it, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. On another hand, it is an important time because it's about the knowledge. Your knowledge, it's going to really be very bright when it comes to you. Your knowledge, who you are, what you enjoy doing, and what would you like to do later. But in particular when it comes to your own knowledge, because there is a path that you are going to have, there is a path that is going to be shown, there is a path that is going to become available to you that wasn't available before. So it's everything that you have been planning, everything that you wanted to achieve, everything that you wanted to do, but there are going to be elements of like, ooh la la, something new new to look forward, something new to pay attention to, something new to look forward to, something new to connect to, but it's to do with who you are, and it's to do with you expressing yourself. You will know, my gorgeous Leonis, that this is the time when you will take to your life to the next level. And I have seen this before, and as the weeks goes by, as the time goes by, it's going to become more and more evident and obvious to you which changes exactly you are going to need to do in order to protect yourself, but in order to protect people around you as well. It's time to think with your head. It's time to I'm not saying that you don't think with your head, but it's time to trust yourself. It's time to follow your intuition, because you're also going to realize that something mental is happening, you know, and you just need to kind of start going on with the flow, and you're going to need to kind of start thinking about what your way out of the situation is going to be in order to protect yourself. Very, very important time, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is your tarot card going to be. Okay, this is remarkable. Nothing unusual, the Fool, nothing unusual. It's all about the new beginning. It's all about the new inspiration. It's all about the new option. It's all about an unexpected event, but it's all about the beautiful luck that you are going to have at the same time. My gorgeous Leonis, my lord, like, please trust me. Anything that comes to you this week, you should just do it. Anything that comes to you this week, you should just follow through. Anything that comes to you this week that you're thinking about it, you know, please just that this is going to be magical time, because it's going to be connected to your spiritual journey, but it's also going to be connected to your vision as well. So an unexpected event is going to happen, and that unexpected event is going to bring you a mind-blowing confirmation, realization, but then at the same time an option that you didn't have before. But that option that you didn't have before is going to remind you how much you're actually ready for the certain changes, how much you want to make certain changes, how much you want to start certain changes, how bloody ready you are for these changes. This is remarkable. But also at the same time, just remember that you will have a wonderful little luck around you, you know, in general, when it comes to your energy, and in general, when it comes to this week, when it comes to trying things and doing things and making things, but trying things and going out, you know, and doing things, you know, just remember that you are going to have a really, really powerful little sacred luck at the same time. Very, very significant indeed. It's all about the new path. It's all about the new inspiration, and it's all about you trusting yourself. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is your oracle card, my gorgeous Leonis. Indeed, what is it? Clear and activate. Okay, create sacred space. This is nothing unusual. You are going to be really benefiting from this week also when it comes to meditation. But while you're meditating, make sure, my babies, that you're contemplating at the same time. It's all about your connection. It's all about your reconnection. And it's all about your balance, which most certainly you are going to be able to feel this week from on a completely different level indeed. This is all about you, and it's all about your own passion. Just make sure that you try to meditate this week. If you do, try to connect and reconnect in such a way when you're contemplating, like, so much, because you're going to be receiving all sorts of answers at the same time. Very, very important. But on another hand, try to also pay attention to your surrounding. Pay attention to your immediate surroundings. So if you're working in the office, you know, maybe on daily basis, maybe you just want to start changing things around you. Maybe you will want to bring in some kind of a gorgeous little crystal or a gorgeous little statue that means to you so much. You know, it's all about this personal vibrancy, which we have the opportunity to take on the whole next level by connecting to things from a completely different angle, which in return makes us do things that we should be doing, in particular when it comes to our immediate environment, because this is going to reflect on you and on your personal energy like there is no tomorrow, my gorgeous Leonis. This is why this is such an important moment in time indeed. Try to clear and activate as much as you possibly can. This is an important time to get rid of the old and to make the space for the new when it comes to your immediate environment. But most certainly there is going to be a powerful vision that you are going to have, and that vision is going to be connected to freedom. That vision is going to be connected to happiness. That vision is going to be connected to excitement. alignment. That vision is going to be connected to your own uniqueness, and just following things through that you want to do, you know, things that you feel like, not what other people say. It's important to follow your own intuition, my Lord, more important than ever, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini. My gorgeous Virgolinis, I love you so much. You know, you are going to start feeling this really, really powerful energy this week. Indeed, this is going to boost your energy. It's going to boost your confidence, and just at the right moment, at the right time, at the beginning of this week, Monday and Tuesday, they are going to be super important, super powerful, because this is going to be the time when you're gonna get this information, mind-blowing, bloody information. Now, mind-blowing information, bloody in the best possible way, mind-blowing information that you're going to have, and this is going to make you feel so good. It's going to make you feel so brilliant. It's going to make you feel so powerful. It's going to make you feel so courageous. It's going to really be so important when it comes to your own self-esteem. Oh my God, not that you need it, but when it comes to the right moment at the right time, this is going to be spiritually mind-blowing, because it's going to help you to grow so much. The first 2 days of this week is going to be remarkable, because it's all about the passion, and it's all about an important reward. This is a passion and important reward. When you see these two things, you know, along the same line, you know, in the same context, this is very important, and it's very deep. It's much deeper than it actually sounds, because it's connected to very, very long process, very long journey, but also at the same time an important realization that you're gonna kind of like find yourself around, and also an absolutely powerful, mind-blowing confirmation that exactly what changes you need to make, you know, the confirmation of how much things are gonna change for you within the next few months. But you just need to keep going and keep going and keep going. Do not give up, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is more important time than ever for you to keep going, because there are gonna be certain challenges that you are going to have this week, but then on another hand, these challenges are just going to kind of like more going to have an effect on you by draining your energy a little bit and confusing you, because you're gonna end up having certain opportunities to think about, certain things to think about. And all I want to say to you, my little babies, just make sure that you're doing things one step at a time. Make sure that you understand that there is no point to do 10 things at the same time. You do one thing and then do another thing, then do the third thing. Just use your common sense and see what is the most important. See what would be most significant in order to start now when it comes to processes, new beginning, new path and inspiration, and things that you feel kind of like really connected to this week. A lot is going to be talking to you, in particular when it comes to signs, when it comes to feelings, when it comes to emotions. You're gonna have like really sudden urges of like, oh, I want to do this, but then suddenly you will have a sudden urge like, oh, I want to do that too, and then you're gonna have like, oh my God, I need to do that as well. So you just need to make sure that you do one step at a time. First you do what was the most important, and then you do what's a little bit less important, and then you do what even less important. So just remember there are 3 major points, 3 major stages, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that you're gonna do, that you're gonna be focusing on, and they're going to be very important for you, in particular when it comes to September 2021. This time now, my babies, is going to be completely connected to the actual September 2021. But by the time you get to the actual September 2021, there is a lot going to be different in your life, but in the best possible way. But this is going to bring you this incredible new beginning. So follow what makes you feel creative, because through your own creativity, there is something really mind-blowing that you are going to find out by the end of the week. Okay, and I say mind-blowing because it's at the same time going to bring you a really powerful key, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and you will know what I mean. You will know exactly what I mean once you get this key. Once you receive this key, you will know exactly what are you going to do with it. But the most important thing is the fact that you're going to realize how beautiful, how powerful, and how special you are, and how strong strong your energy actually is, and the power of you manifesting things that you want to manifest by projecting the energy towards the direction that you want to project your energy towards. Absolutely remarkable. Very strong sense of security that you are going to have, but then at the same time, you know, it's a very, very decisive week, very important week when it comes to focus, when it comes to you feeling driven, my gorgeous Virgolinis, but also at the same time, you know, there are certain events that are going to take place that are going to surprise you, because it's going to be connected to the great speed, and that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's going to require from you to have a certain response. Do not rush into anything, my babies. Do not rush into anything when it comes to these responses, because the responses that you need to have need to be intellectuals. You need to choose to have intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional. This is very important. Listen to me, babies. This is very, very important. You need to understand that you need to choose an intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional when this situation takes place, you know, because it's going to be connected to sudden and unexpected changes, but that is going to be good because it's going to help you to move on, and also it's going to provide you with options that you wouldn't normally have. So this is all about you reviewing your options very carefully. Okay, so this is what I want to pinpoint, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Do not rush into anything, and make sure that you do things right, because the new portal, it's about to open for you. But the new portal opened for you quite a while back, but now this is the second stage that is just going to confirm this to you, and it's going to remind you, you know, of these changes that are going to wonderfully start flowing into your life. One more thing, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you know, it's about it's about the justice, my babies, but this justice is not necessarily the justice from the court and things like that. It's about the justice on a bigger scale. It's about the justice on a huge scale. It's about the justice on a massive scale. This is all part of the situation as well at the same time, which is just going to open your eyes, and it's going to confirm something to you. And this is important because it's going to bring you this necessary balance, which is going to help you to carry on in your life. But on another hand, an absolute mind-blowing advice that you are going to get, but the mind-blowing advice that you are going to get, it's not something that you're going to be told, hey, do this, hey, do you know what, hey, do you know what? No, baby, no. The mind-blowing advice that you are going to get, it's going to travel to you, it's going to travel towards you from a completely different dimension, which means that you are going to find yourself like reading something, looking at something, you're going to find yourself maybe dreaming about something, you're going to find yourself like kind of like being connected to something, and then suddenly it's just going to be like, oh, knock, knock, you know, like, and then that is going to be the moment when you are going to understand something, when you're going to realize something, when you're going to have a very important, powerful, strong, mind-blowing, wise realization. So this is the advice that I'm talking about, that you're going to connect to something, and through this situation that you're going to connect to, you're going to gain your own advice. And it's so important because it's going to help you to understand the opportunity there where you wouldn't understand that there is an opportunity. It's going to help you to understand something about a certain timing, so that in itself is going to be remarkable when it comes to you feeling even stronger, even more powerful, even more courageous in order to make a huge, massive, powerful change in your life that you were worrying about before. So now this is all about this particular and very, very powerful confirmation that you are going to have at the same time. I would highly advise you also to get, my gorgeous Virgolinis, my lord, it's important. I know I'm keeping on and on and on, but it's important to take organic acerola cherry powder in order to boost your immune system. Please try to take organic acerola cherry powder in the morning, 1 little glass of water, 1 teaspoon, mix it up, baby, and then take that alongside natural zinc and natural vitamin D. So organic acerola cherry powder, 1 teaspoon, mix it up in the morning, drink it alongside natural zinc and natural vitamin D. This is a wonderful combination to boost your immune system. In the evening, before you go to sleep, you just take organic acerola cherry powder, which is just natural vitamin C, which gives you like a whopping amount of vitamin C, 1 teaspoon in a glass of water, and drink it without zinc and without vitamin D, because once a day it's enough. So this is something that you would need to take, I feel, really strongly, and it's going to boost your immune system like there is no tomorrow, and it's going to make you feel so much better, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. So now, oh, strength, hallelujah. You see this? Strength. This is absolutely remarkable. It's all about the balance. It's all about the confidence. It's all about the self-esteem. It's all about the strength of very strong power, you know, strength and control over a situation. You are, my gorgeous Virgolini, is going to start feeling this week the return of an important balance. And it's even very difficult to explain, like, oh, the return of a balance. No, baby, no, it's hard to explain. You know, it sounds so vague, like, oh, return of the balance. The return of a very important balance, which is going to, hello, grass. The return of a very important balance, which is going to help you realize how powerful you are. It's going to help you to reconnect with yourself, and it's going to help you to bring those beautiful thoughts. You know, I'm not saying that you didn't have a beautiful thoughts, but the right thoughts at the right time are going to put a reflection on things, going to help you to reflect on things. And these confirmations are going to be remarkable because it's going to boost your energy so much. So you are going to find yourself achieving quite a lot. Not only you're going to have here an important news about your own success, but you are going to find yourself being very active. The more active you are, the more powerful you are going to be. The more active you are, the more magnetic energy you are going to create. The more active you are, the more powerful energy you are going to create out of it, and you're going to attract so much more towards you. So it's very important, my gorgeous Virgolinis, to be as active as you possibly can, because you are going to find yourself achieving so much, even without thinking. You know, you're just going to find yourself like on the right path, on the right journey. There are also two major problems that are going to come to an end, you know, that caused you like so much uncertainty, and it's to do with your past, and it's to do with the last couple of years, you know, and it's to do with the contemplation, but most certainly they're slowly coming to an end. And now that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's on one hand going to help you to realize that you are so close to certain change, so much closer than you actually originally thought. But most importantly, it's going to be all the time of your own personal unfoldment, and realizing how powerful you are, and taking that beautiful essence within you onto a whole next level. It's about a reward, but it's also about you feeling so good about yourself, and you also focusing on an option which is going to literally change your life. You see, it's all about this. Look, balance will be restored. An important time when it comes to balance being restored, and this is exactly what I said. It's about your power. It's about an important realization that you are going to have by the end of this week, but it's also about a sharpness. It's also that energy that is just going to make us feel really optimistic. It's going to make us feel like we want to connect and reconnect with people. It's going to make us feel like kind of we want to test people, not test people. We want to kind of test certain waters, you know. We're going to test, it's going to make us like really like we want to try new things, you know. Anything that comes like that, just go for it. This week is going to be really magical and really important, because it's going to remind you how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, how unique you are, but most importantly, it's going to remind you what makes you so beautiful and so unique and so different to others, you know. So this is going to be something, you know, that is going to help you so much on your spiritual journey and to reconnect with yourself. So it's all about doing one thing, one step at a time, and following your path, following your journey, following your passion, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, you are going to learn something this week. You're going to learn something and it's going to surprise you. You're going to learn something this week and it's going to make you think. You're going to learn something this week and it's going to make you wonder. But this is so good because it's going to bring you this vibrancy into your life. It's going to bring you the sense of like an optimism. It's going to bring you the sense of the new direction. It's going to bring you the sense of like you will know exactly at the same time what is slowly coming to an end, in your life. But this is going to come with an element of surprise, but then you're also going to be surprised the way you feel, like so nonchalant about it. And this is my babies. This is the point of a balance that you are going to have, that you are so good at. Your balance is going to be absolutely perfect. And this is also going to be a strong sign and a strong indication that it's time to move on, because something better, my babies, is waiting for you there, but waiting on another side, But by the time you get to another side, you just need to realize this yourself. You need to cross over your spiritual bridge by yourself. And this is exactly what this powerful and very strong and very significant moment is going to bring you, my gorgeous Libra. You're going to come to terms with like some kind of like a problem. It's also not going to kind of unfold as quick as you want, but that doesn't matter. You're also at the same time going to realize that there is a really important light at the end of the tunnel. So that is not going to get you worried, because you will have a very strong sign that you're on the right path, you're on the right journey. What you've done so far was right, so there is nothing to worry about. This week is going to be it's going to bring you a very strong and very powerful sense of your own personal security. So I really, really like this. But on another hand, you're going to find yourself being very mischievous. Behave, my Libra, behave. No, I'm joking. Behave. No, you're gonna you're gonna find yourself feeling very mischievous, and this is also a really good sign. This is also a very important sign, because as soon as you start feeling like a little bit of mischievous, a little bit naughty, you will know that very, very soon something is going to be revealed to you, and that revelation that you are going to have, it's pretty much so connected to you starting to feel almost immediately attached, almost immediately connected to some kind of option in the path that is going to surprise you. But most certainly there are going to be so many elements around that you're going to feel so instantly attracted to, and this in itself is going to be an important part of you already starting to change yourself, because this week is going to be directly connected to you having important changes, but also even more importantly, it's going to be directly connected to you realizing in which direction your life is actually going to start flowing towards. But it's going to be good because it's connected to your passion, it's connected to who you are, and it's connected to the opportunities that are going to refresh you in so many different ways. So this is why this week is going to be so important. Just remember that this is an absolutely remarkable time to get to work. It's remarkable time to be creative. It's remarkable time to be as creative as possible, because you are most certainly going to realize something through this. Also, by you being very creative, by you kind of doing as much as you can, there is some kind of realization, crazy realization that you're going to have. And this is very deep, because this realization that you're going to have, it's not going to have nothing to do with work, nothing to do with career, nothing to do with what the next step is going to be, but it's most importantly to do with the confirmation and realization that the things are not going to be as bad as they seem. So watch this space. This is going to be very deep and very important. And you will know very, very soon that this is the time of your own personal rebirth. Because here this week, you're also going to be wondering. You're going to be wondering, you know, suddenly you will find yourself thinking about like, oh, well, you know what, you're going to feel unsatisfied with certain things in your life. You're going to start feeling unsatisfied with certain parts in your life. And this is good, because that in itself, it's also going to be the energy that is going to be very strong when it comes to manifestation, and it's also going to be very strong when it comes to planning, and it's going to be very strong when it comes to your personal visual. So that in itself, it's also going to connect you to the future planning subconsciously without even noticing. So it's very important for you to pay attention to your dreams, and even more importantly, if you don't remember your dreams, which there are lots of people who don't remember their dreams, it's even more importantly that throughout this week you need to pay attention to what is the very first thing on your mind in the morning. What is the very first thing on your mind in the morning, my gorgeous Libra? Because there is going to be the mind-blowing realization. I told you this so many times, and I'm going to have to say it again in case you've never watched my video, but when we wake up in the morning, we are still connected to our subconscious mind. When we are sleeping, we are traveling, we have astral projections, we just don't remember every time, and there are all sorts of things happening to us. You know, we have talk to our guardian angels, we talk to our spirit guides, and this is why, because the rest of our brain works. When we are conscious, there is only this certain amount of our brain that actually works. So this is why when we wake up, the first few minutes in the morning, you know, when we are like, oh God, you know, we are still like pretty much so connected to our subconscious mind. We pretty much so understand so much. We pretty much so wake up with all sorts of informations that are part of us and our conscious mind for the next like kind of 10 to 15 minutes. So this is why there are all sorts of directions that we receive, all sorts of informations that we receive that match our personal situation, in particular when it comes to our lives, and in particular when it comes to the certain progress that was blocked or stopped for whichever reason. So there is going to be a really powerful information realization that you are going to have on one of the mornings throughout this week, my gorgeous Libra. Very, very important. And on another hand, you know, you can expect an excellent opportunity, okay? Excellent opportunity this week, my gorgeous Libra, and I'm so happy for you, because it's to do with a waiting game, it's to do with like what you were worrying about. So there is an excellent opportunity that you are going to have, which is immediately, as soon as you hear about it, it's just going to be like, oh my God, it's going to make you feel like, oh yeah, this and that. It's going to just make you feel so creative, it's going to make you feel so inspired, it's going to make you feel so good, it's going to make you feel so energized. So you will know, baby, that this is something that you should pay attention to, most certainly. But it's just basically all about the excellent opportunity, you know, and also an important news when it comes to things that you are doing, when it comes to things when you are planning, when it comes to the actual things that you are focusing on, whether you're working, whether you're not working, whether you're retired. However, the bottom line is at the end of this week, it's going to bring you the whole new area, the whole new stage and the whole new area, what you should actually be paying attention to and what you should be actually doing, where you should be going towards. So this is very, very important, because it's connected to your own portal, which is about to open for you, my gorgeous Libra, at the same time. So now, okay, I'm just going to see what is your tarot card, my gorgeous Libra. Oh, the sun, how beautiful. You see, it's all about the greater satisfaction, contentment, security, happiness, connection and reconnection. You know, there will be an important moment in between you and somebody else, and this is going to put a big smile on your face. But it's also a really remarkable time when it comes to people around you, when it comes to connections and reconnections. You will know this week something is going to be, you're going to feel drawn towards a certain person and a certain people. And when you do feel drawn towards these people, you should just go for it, my gorgeous Libra, and just do it. It's important for you to make sure that you're rejuvenating this connection by doing a reconnection with people in your life that mean to you as well. But on another hand, there is going to be really important news that you're going to have concerning your home, concerning your immediate environment, concerning people who are the most important to you, and you will will know once you hear this news, this is going to lead towards the big change. But it's the big change that you wanted to do, it's the big change that you wanted to make, that you wanted to start, that you wanted to manifest. But most certainly this week, it's going to bring you a wonderful, wonderful satisfaction. Okay, you see this? Just remember, timing is critical. Just remember, this week, Oracle card, this is so important. You need to be sharp, you need to be quick, because there is going to be the situation, something is going to be offered to you, but just make sure that you understand the timing is very important, okay? The timing is very important, and you also need to hold your ground. Okay, stay true to yourself, follow your intuition, and be sharp, sharp, sharp. It's very important to be sharp this week, my gorgeous Libra, and stay true to yourself, which means that someone is going to try to confuse you a little bit, but you just go for it, and go for it, okay? And you do that, you go for it by staying true to yourself. Okay, before I do Scorpioni, I'm just going to be 1 second, my gorgeous people, before I do Scorpioni. Just 1 second. I'm going to drink water. I'm back. Can you hear the police outside? They're coming to get me. I fell in love with a girl from the north. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpioni. My gorgeous Scorpioni, you know what? It's like you're gonna learn something quite significant this week. Do you know, it's about the learning process. It's not about the learning progress, but it's more like about the learning process, something new you're going to learn this week. And this, what you're going to learn, it's going to be providing you with a way out of the situation that is no longer serving you, that is bringing you down, and that is making you feel uncomfortable. And the reason why this is making you feel uncomfortable is because purely is the time to move on. And this is all about the sign exactly when to move on, what part of your life you need to move on, and what part of your life is no longer serving you, and what part of your life is making you feel uncomfortable. So this is a very important part of your year, my gorgeous Scorpione, because this week in particular in itself, it's also going to reveal something to you at the same time, and it's going to be like a very unusual and very strange and very bizarre revelation, because through you, by you looking at something and by you connecting to certain situation that hasn't got anything to do with you, this is going to provide you with an important puzzle that was missing in a long time and that was creating so much confusion. So most certainly it's going to boil down with the fact, that you are by the end of this week going to have an opportunity that you're going to feel very strongly about, but there are going to be certain elements that are going to be so like, oh my God, I'm not too sure, how to do it, what to do it, but most certainly it's going to be really, really important, because it's all part of your progress and it's all part of the process, and it's going to be connected to the situation, that is going to make you realize that it's bringing you relief. It's going to put a big smile on your face, because also something very annoying, very, very negative in your life is slowly going to come to an end, and you're going to like this, and this is all going to happen at a similar time, which is going to provide this new picture for you even more obvious, so therefore you're going to start feeling very, very strongly. And I really like it, because it's all about you learning all you can about a certain subject, in particular when it comes to things that you have been paying attention to, things that you wanted to achieve, whether these are to do with your career and whether these are to do with your life in general. It's going to be good, because most certainly it's going to require from you to kind of go back at some point and some moment in your past and just take your lost self and bringing into this situation, bringing into this present moment. It's important because it's at the same time so significant for you to understand that you need to pay attention to detail. This is so important that you need to pay attention to details throughout this week. It's more important than anything. On one hand, there are going to be ridiculously powerful signs that you are going to have, my gorgeous Scorpione, but then on another hand, it's just all about the actual reward that you are going to have, and specifically things that you are going to understand by paying attention to details. Is so important, and you will see exactly what I mean by the time we get to the last part of this week, to the last day of this week. It's going to become an important and integral part of your spiritual journey, because it's at the same time going to be connected to an opportunity that is going to seem so tiny and so insignificant, but it's going to become huge and massive later on, because the end of November 2020 is going to be strongly connected to this particular week. Okay? So any opportunity you have, anything that comes to you, anything kind of that you feel completely drawn towards, you are going to have a very strong and powerful outcome at around the end of November 2020. Is going to become super evident and super powerful time. But at the same time, it's about to do with who you are, and it's at the same time to do with the decision that you're going to need to make in order to achieve things that you need to achieve. In fact, if you're like, only a few months ago, you would just think like, absolutely no, maybe this is not an option for you, maybe this is not the path for you, maybe this is not the direction for you. But there is going to be an element of a really interesting and a really powerful surprise that you are going to have at the same time. And I really like it, because it's going to lead towards you having an important moment. You will want to celebrate something, you will want to have a celebration because of the news that you are going to get as well. An important news which you are going to get this week with things that you have been kind of putting your attention towards, with things that you have been trying to achieve that you didn't see any progress in a long time. So now this week, my babies, it's going to bring you an important reason to celebrate. On one hand, an obstacle is going to be resolved, but on another hand, this is going to bring you the reason to celebrate because of an option that you are going to have, and that in itself is going going to inspire you. That in itself is going to bring you powerful confirmation, and that in itself is going to give you so much to look forward to that you didn't have prior this particular week. You just need to remember you're very powerful, you're very strong, and you need to trust yourself. You will be tested this week, and you are going to be in front of someone, or you are going to need to kind of express yourself to someone, and it's so important to you for you to express yourself to the best of your abilities. It's important to not to hold anything down. The more you give out, the more you're going to gain out of this. So when you get when you have a situation this week when you're kind of uncertain in front of someone, or you need to explain yourself, you need to express yourself, you just need to remember all you need to do is just start. And once you start, nothing is going to stop you, nothing is going to prevent you. This is important time of your own vision, but also it's the idea that you are going to have, it's the actual focus that you are going to have, focus that you are going to regain, and it's all about an important perspective which you are going to be drawn towards. Somebody very important in your life, it's also going to tell you something. Somebody who knows you so well is going to tell you something, and it's going to make you think to start with, but then at the same time it's just going to make sense to you. The more you go by, the more time goes on, the more this is going to make sense. So it's important. Try to be as optimistic as you possibly can this week, because the power of your mind is going to be strong. So you don't want to use it like in fact, when I say the power of your mind is going to be very strong, so you just use it to the best of your ability when it comes to being as optimistic as you possibly can. Try to use this energy in order to build, in order to start, in order to create. So that's why you need to make sure that you're holding yourself, being positive and optimistic by doing things that make you feel really happy, instead of bringing yourself down, or instead of being negative, or instead of thinking about the negative things, or maybe directions that are no longer serving you. So this is why it's important to be as optimistic as possible, because the power of your mind is going to be remarkable. You are most certainly going to plant an important seed, but it's only going to be the beginning, and it's going to be very, very interesting, because it's going to turn into something huge, something massive, something very powerful later on. You're also going to have a remarkable negotiation this week, and I'm so happy for you, because all I see is that around that negotiation, victorious. So it's a very important time when it comes to negotiation. But if you do want to have negotiations as well, if you need to have negotiations, if you need to sign something, start some kind of certain progress that is important to you, then most certainly you should do it this week, because so much you're going to gain out of it, more than you would normally get when you go with this powerful vibration and energy. And there is also going to be a powerful element of confidence that you are going to have, which is also going to be responsible for you doing things right and achieving so much more. Beautiful achievement this week. You will see exactly what I mean, because it's going to surprise you, and that in itself is going to be brilliant, because it's going to be almost immediately connected to the wake up call and the vision which you are going to have. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Scorpioni. I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Oh, Three of Swords, my gorgeous Scorpioni. So you see, this is a lot to do with uncertainty, in particular when it comes to the last few months, things that have been bringing you pressure, things that have been bringing you kind of uncertainty, things that have been draining your energy so much, and now slowly going to kind of start turning themselves really nicely, because you're going to have a very strong indication that a very stressful, annoying and anxious situation is slowly going to come to an end. But it's down to you. It's on you to live your life and ignore the negativity. You need to understand that you're very powerful signs. You're very deep, you're very spiritual, you're very significant in so many different ways. So this is important time for you to understand that this energy is remarkable when you realize and understand that by focusing on things around you that are bringing you down and making you feel negative, you're only slowing yourself with your own personal progress. So this is an important time of your own realization, but also, you know, something that was so slow, it's going to have a wonderful swift change as well at around the time when you get an important message. Okay, this is going to be significant for you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed. Okay, so what else I was going to say, you know, when it comes to the actual health, you really need to make sure that you're drinking something like a natural aloe vera juice. Organic natural aloe vera juice would be remarkable for you this week, because it's going to help you with your sensitive stomach, sensitive tummy. And organic aloe vera juice is wonderful because of its ingredients. It's very soothing when it comes to our stomach and digestion, but at the same time, what is also really good is like a friendly bacteria, to promote like a friendly bacteria inside your body, which you can get, like for example, like in a yogurt, you see, and things like that. Friendly bacteria is very important. And also, just because of a little bit of stress, I highly recommend a little bit of B vitamin complex, natural B vitamins, like in a complex, but you just need to also make sure that the B12 in this natural vitamin complex is natural B12, not non-natural, like a synthetic. You don't want synthetic, no baby, no. We want only natural. So if you do go for the B complex, then this is going to be so important for you to understand that B complex, sometimes they say like it's natural, but but B12 is synthetic. So you make sure that B12 within the B complex is actually natural, not synthetic. Very, very important indeed. And what B complex is going to do, it's going to well, it's going to help you so much with your stress levels, but it's also at the same time going to help you with your entire digestive system. If you're on any other medications, pregnancy or breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP whether you can take these natural supplements or not. So your balance will be restored. So this is what's really important. This is your oracle card, my gorgeous Scorpion. Your balance will be restored. So you take this in two ways. In one way, it's fantastic, you know, because there is an important energy that is going to bounce back, and that energy is going to be directly responsible for you starting to feel like keen to do things, important things. I'm not saying that you weren't keen before, but you're going to be slightly redirected. But then on another hand, you know, if you do want to start things, if you do want to begin things, if you do want to test things, if you want to test the water, if you do want to work on things that are really like kind of like you need to work on, you know, most certainly this is going to be the great week, the greatest week ever, because whatever you kind of like towards your energy, see, they're coming to get me, whatever you kind of project your energy towards, whatever you do, there is also going to be the little element of unknown that is going to become known to you. And this is what this wonderful energy does, because not only creates new energy points for us, but at the same time it helps us with, you know, to recognize the opportunities and what to remind us what we are actually good at and what we should take it on the next level. Important, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarii. My gorgeous Sagittarii, I love you so much. You know what you've got? Like, you are going to feel very sacred this week. You're going to feel very special this week. You're going to feel very powerful this week. You're going to feel very unique this week. And this is so good, because it is just something for you to pay attention to, because your uniqueness, how unique you are going to feel, in particular when it comes to things that are going to be confirmed to you that you have been doing so far that maybe other people have been uncertain, or you have been uncertain yourself. This in itself, it's also going to reveal something very important to you. This is all about your personal unfoldment. It's all about your transformation, and it's all about you realizing that you've got more resources than you possibly need to move on. There are 7 important things that are going to be on your mind. There are 7 important stages that are going to be on your mind. There are 7 important problems that are going to be on your mind. And all these 7 things are going to be connected to new opportunity and new beginnings at the same time. And why is this? Because this is the time of activation. This is the time of you feeling active, but this is also the time of your own spiritual, powerful, strong awakening. My gorgeous Sagittarii, I want to say that this is the time that when you're going to realize that there is a temporary pause for reflection and insight, for example, but there is going to be an awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Just remember that this is the time to embrace your uniqueness. You will know exactly what I mean, and you will know exactly what to connect this reading to once it happened. Midweek will be super remarkable, will be super important when it comes to this, what I've just said so far. Just remember, embrace your own uniqueness, and this week is also going to be quite strong when it comes to testing your karma, which means that you are going to become aware of the unfortunate situations or unfortunate people around you. But these particular people and situations that you're going to become aware of, you are going to be holding some kind of important key as well, which means that you're going to be able to help them. It means that you will need to help them. Maybe these are people in your family, maybe these are people who you just see outside. Maybe this is someone who you don't even know. However you feel that you need to help to someone, please try to do it. Not because I'm telling you, but because this is going to be something really wonderful, and this is part of your spiritual enlightenment. It's part of your spiritual progress. It's a part of your spiritual progress, which is later on ultimately going to bring you a remarkable reward. So just remember that you are going to have a bit of a karmic test. This could even be with animals. If you see like an injured animal, God forbid, or something like that, then you help it. If you see an animal that needs help, like baby fawn or something, baby badger or baby fox or something, where's mom? There's no mom. If you can help to the animal, just go for it. Some little cat comes to your door and you love cats, just take it in, man. If it's nobody's, no, it's just things like that. See what your karmic little test is going to be this week, my gorgeous Sagittarii, because at the same time, this karmic test is also part of your progress, and later on it's going to bring you a remarkable reward at the same time. So it's all about this actual, you realizing this, but also like kind of paying attention to it and just doing something about it at the same time. You are most certainly going to have some option by the end of this week, and that option, this is only going to be the beginning, because someone is going to give you an idea, an important idea, and that idea is going to become evident and around the end of this week, and it's going to provide you with an option, a way out of the situation that is really making you feel really scared and uncertain. But most certainly it's also going to give you so much to look forward to, and it's also going to open your eyes, and once your eyes are open, you will see exactly what needs to be cut out of your life, what came to an end, because there's most certainly certain adjustments, readjustments, and sacrifices are going to be required. Okay, and someone in your life, someone is also going to really need your help. Somebody in your life, it's going to need your help. Somebody who means to you so much. They're doing something to themselves that they shouldn't, but also emotionally they're not in the right place, and they are around you, they are in your life, and they are really going to benefit from your light and much more than you can possibly imagine. And when you think about it right now, maybe you're not even realizing who this is. So someone very close to you. It's either the family member, or it's either like a really good friend, but somebody really is going to benefit from your help so much, because that person is really, really lost. Sorry, at the moment. I'm just gonna shuffle. Ooh la la. I'm just going to shuffle the cards for my gorgeous Sagittarii. Okay, so your tarot card is Eight of Cups, of course, just basically it is going to be like a very deep moment that you are going to have this week, and I really like it, because that deep moment is going to be everything. You're going to find yourself being able to kind of like connect to yourself. You will find yourself getting so much more out of the actual meditation. You're going to find yourself getting so much more out of like a grounding yourself. yourself, like for example, if you go outside and connect yourself with the nature, if you sit somewhere by the water, if you sit somewhere by the river, the water is very spiritually strong, it's very powerful, so it helps us to connect and reconnect, you know, so on a much higher level, and that in return helps us to rejuvenate ourselves, and then again that in return helps us to have ideas that we wouldn't have normally, because our mind is going to be clear. But at the same time, you know, it will be the week of like a very deep connection and reconnection with yourself. So you're going to find yourself thinking a lot, you're going to find yourself being active, but at the same time you're going to find yourself thinking a lot, and you know, and that in itself, it's also going to make you realize something when you least expected. Not when you're thinking, but when you're thinking, you're already going to start the process, because it's all going to be pointing towards a certain path, and that path is going to be connected to two different things, and it's down to you to realize that this path is something that you should be paying attention to. One path, but it's connected to two different things, which is going to bring you a little bit of like maybe uncertainty and contemplation, but most certainly at the same time it's fantastic, because it's all connected to the vision, confirmation, you feeling very creative almost immediately, and that in itself is going to enhance your power, and you will know, because it's going to bring you that feel good feeling. It's time to move on, and the timing, it's also very important for you. And what do you need to move on with? It's to do with things that you want to achieve in your life, but you just seem to be waiting the right moment, the right time. Now, my gorgeous Sagittarii, is the right moment and it's the right time, because the balance is going to be remarkable, and it's down to you to make this change. It's down to you to make this move. But of course, there's certain things that are going to need to go. There's certain things that are going to need to change. But most certainly, it's to do with you realizing that there is an important path ahead. Okay, an important path ahead, my gorgeous Sagittarii, indeed. So your oracle card is, okay, you see, in open intuition, seek clarification. You see, absolutely remarkable. You are going to seek clarification, because what is going to happen, your intuition is just going to be kind of like really pointing you towards the right direction, and you will not be able to explain this, you will not be able to talk about this, you will not be able to kind of like understand this completely. So it's very important that if you are uncertain about something, whoever comes to your mind like a first person, just go and talk to them, because it is going to only happen once you talk to someone really important in your life who knows you so well. Once you explain to them, express yourself to them what you want to do, or what your new path you would like to have, what opportunity you would like to go for, that person will be holding something very special for you when it comes to the certain advice. So someone very close to you, very important to you, once you come out to them, they will actually tell you, they will be playing an important role with things that they say to you, and it's coming from someone who knows you so well. So these people are so powerful and so significant in our lives, because they help us to understand ourselves when we don't understand ourselves. You see, and it's the same when it comes to them. You know, we help them to understand themselves when they don't understand themselves, because we understand elements of themselves that they don't understand, and it's vice versa. You see, it's just looking at the things through the different eyes, I suppose, but also knowing things, understanding things, and recognizing things. So someone is going to be playing an important role when you get your green light, like it's go, go, go. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricornius. Pam, 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 pam. 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 Capricornius. Pam, pam. Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous, my ever so precious Capricornius. This week, one in a life opportunity is going to come through. One in a lifetime opportunity is going to come forward, and it's going to happen at a time when you receive the certain message. The first of all, you're going to hear about the progress, like taking off, like ooh la la, and it's going to surprise you. So this is the time when you're going to get an important message, and that is also going to be the time when you will know that the once in the lifetime opportunity is just coming forward, and it's about to give you spiritual slap. And that spiritual slap is so important, because once you get the spiritual slap, you have this ability to see things for what they are, what you don't normally see. It's going to help you to see things crystal clear, and that in itself is going to feel this perspective very strongly and very powerfully. Yes, you're very powerful. Yes, you're very smart. Yes, you're very clever. Yes, you're very intelligent. Yes, you're very spiritual. But sometimes we get affected by the things that are happening around us. I said this before. So this is all going to be connected to the big progress and the big process and a slightly longer journey that was around you, and that gave you the kind of false sense of uncertainty. So you will realize that please do not kind of go for it. Do not go by it. Do not go by this particular false sense of security. So that's why it's so important to make sure that you understand that it's down to you and it's up to you, and you follow yourself, you follow your path, you follow your spiritual journey, and you are not going to be led astray. Absolutely mind-blowing confirmation you are going to have, and this is so good. On one hand, you're also going to have an important reward, my gorgeous Capricornius, an important reward, and that in itself is going to be brilliant, because it's going to bring you balance, and you will also know which priorities you should actually be paying attention to, which priority are more important than others. And that in itself is remarkable, because it's all about the actual new area, which is at the same time going to be rather highlighted for you by the end of this week, for you what you should be actually paying attention to. And it's important because it comes after the period of uncertainty, anxiety, and a little bit of stress that was caused by things that have been happening around us lately, that have kind of placed us in the certain corner, which brings us this false sense of like not being able to move left, move right, move forward, move backward. Now you will understand, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's up to you. Follow your own journey, follow your own light, follow your own path. It's important. On another hand, you know what? You need to understand that there is also going to be the choice that you will have this week. You need to be this is a very complex, my gorgeous Capricornians. There is going to be the choice that you're also going to have. This choice is going to be connected to number 5. Number 5, it's going to have a very strong connection to this choice, but there is something not going to be right. There is something is going to be odd. Something is not going to feel right. Something is not going to seem right. Something is just most simply and most certainly not going to be right, and you will be able to feel this. There is someone who is going to be attached to this choice, who is really nasty little bastard again. Some nasty little bastard is going to be connected to this choice again, but you will kind of know this. So whenever you hear about a certain choice this week as well, number 5 will be connected to this for some reason. In particular, it's going to make sense like there is no tomorrow. But when you hear about this choice that is going to be presented to you, at the same time you will be able to feel like something is not quite right. There is another person who is attached to this choice who is an absolute little bastard, and I don't like this person. I'm sorry to speak like this, but I don't like this person whatsoever, because I can see them being really selfish, and I can see them being really horrible, and I can see them having a really negative energy. energy. So I'm being a dark Lala again, but then hey, I'm gonna let you know. So you are gonna be aware of this. It's to do with the choice, and be careful, because as soon as you understand and hear about this choice, you will know instantly that something is not quite right about it, and you're going to be absolutely right, because it is to do with an unwise choice. So make sure that you don't make an unwise choice, but you are spiritually going to be prepared for this. On another hand, you need to understand that there is a better way that will make you happier, because this choice is something that you will want to do and what you want to make in order to make yourself happier. But Sashita said no, because there is a wiser choice to do this week. Most certainly no, but your own intuition is going to let you know. And also, most importantly, you need to avoid people who lack integrity or who have a questionable motives. So this is very important this week. You need to avoid people who have lack of integrity or who have questionable motives. So this is the way you're going to protect yourself, but most certainly this is also going to be the way which is going to take you onto the path that you actually should be, by avoiding this situation that could actually maybe harm you in a certain way. So that's why I'm just saying this. It's very important to follow your own intuition, my gorgeous Capricornius. On another hand, what else I was going to say, this week it's going to bring you a wonderful, a remarkable power to actually focus. So once you do this, once you focus, that your focus, it's going to connect you to things that you are driven by. So you're not going to sit like that, let me just focus. No, baby, no. But it's just that you are going to at some point find yourself being focused, towards the things that are driving you, towards the things that you're being driven by. And this is something so important, because at the same time you need to know that there is going to be an important event which is going to happen, which is going to help you realize and make you realize that things are moving on. So you are going to know exactly what to kind of pay attention to and what to focus on and what to do next, because it's all about the actual option that you are going to have that you wouldn't normally have. So this is why this is so important for you to understand. Yes, there is a lot going to be going on this week for you, my gorgeous Capricornius, but most certainly by the time we get to the end of this week, there is going to be the time for action, an important time for action, because by the end of this week, it's very important for you to pay attention to and make sure that you understand that there's an ongoing problem going to be rather highlighted. Do not leave it aside. Do not wait. It's time for action. Any problem, any negativity, any uncertainty at the end of this week, do not leave it aside. You need to grab the bull by its horns. Is this the way say that saying? You need to buy the bull by its horns. It's time to actually do this. It's probably not a nice saying because I love animals, but anyway, so it's like basically, I'm becoming all sensitive, but it's just so important to come to terms with things, in particular when it comes to the end of this week, because there is an important problem that is going to arise, and it's to do with you making sure that you understand that you need to do it this week, and you need to be very careful, and you need to review your options very carefully as well. At the end of the week, you need to review your options very carefully as well. It's very important, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. Let me just see what is your tarot card going to be. Capricornius, dun 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 dun. Capricornius, dun 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 dun. So your tarot card of the week is what else? I really like this in particular because it's to do with the recognition, an important recognition, You are going to be recognized by the right person or by the right people, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is powerful. So you are going to be recognized by the right people. So use this to the best of your advantage, really. So anything you want to kind of prove yourself, anything you want to do to kind of show your skills or to improve yourself or kind of to prove yourself, to kind of put your point down, this is a powerful time because it's to do with recognition. On one hand, something very important, an important part of your life that you wanted to be recognized is going to be recognized by the right person. Okay, so this is very good. This is big. This is to do with the focus and the new perspective that is going to be followed, okay? But on another hand, you know, there is also, if you want somebody to notice you, if you want someone to get you, if you want someone to understand you, this is going to be the right week, my gorgeous Capricornians. Just pay attention, because your energy is going to be very strong again. And this is going to reflect on you in the best possible way. 7 of Wands, you see this? 7 of Wands, my gorgeous Capricornians. It is just basically... what I was saying before, it's things that have been kind of like in particular over the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks, things that have been kind of creating confusion. You will realize that you need to rise above them, and you will realize that you need to ignore them, and you will realize that you need to follow your path and follow your journey. Do not think about negativities. Do not think about unnecessary things in your life. Think about things that are making you happy. Think about things that are making you good. Think about things and focus on those things that are bringing you happiness. It's so important, because you will be growing so much by projecting your own energy, because you can go very easily down the wrong road, down the wrong route, and just let your beautiful energy just to be wasted. You don't want to waste this energy. Please, this week, do not bring yourself down. Do not think negatively. Don't focus on negative things. Just focus on yourself, focus on your spiritual journey, and focus on things that you want to do and want to achieve, and keep going. And you will see there is something wonderful going to happen at the end of this week. It's going to be super enlightening in so many different ways, and it's going to come through your own achievement, and that is also on a deeper level going to help you realize a very, very strong and powerful sense of the direction that you didn't have before. Watch this space, my gorgeous Capricornians. Watch this space, indeed. Okay. So I'm just going to see what is your oracle card, my baby. La 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 Capricornius. La 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 Capricornius. Bam bam bam. Mix. Oh Lord. Oh, you see, this is all about the expansion. It's all about your educate your mind and senses, but it's most certainly about the expansion and taking your life on the whole next level. There is going to be a wonderful experience which you are going to have, very spiritual, very deep, very strange, very bizarre, but that experience is going to have a very powerful sense of smell, very powerful sense of like connection, whether you're going to connect to a certain smell or whether you're going to connect to a certain situation. But this is going to be very deep, and it's going to kind of take your mind somewhere, and it's going to open your eyes as well. It's going to help you realize that it's time to pay attention to certain changes that you're going to need to make in order to protect yourself. Okay, and it maybe sounds really weird, it sounds bizarre, it sounds crazy, but it's like, you know, it's really important for you to understand that it's not crazy, and it's very good to protect yourself, you know. So this is something that is going to take place on a much larger scale, but just like kind of like tell you like a few things about it. It's important because it's most certainly to do with the protection, and it's most certainly to do with you feeling like, oh no, maybe I'm just tripping or something. But no, baby, no. Anything to do with your personal protection, or anything to do that you think that is the right thing to do in order to protect yourself and your family later on, this is the right thing to do, most certainly, because there is going to be the actual decision that you are going to make and the decision is going to be remarkable, because it is most certainly going to be the right thing as well for you, and what I said before, for the rest of the people around you who mean to you the most. Okay, and one more thing I was going to say to you, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's more important than ever. Keep on taking like organic acerola cherry powder. I said this before so many times, I know, but this is going to boost your immune system like there is no tomorrow. So organic acerola cherry powder, a little glass of water, 1 teaspoon, mix it up, baby, and take it the first thing in the morning, and this is going to give you a whopping amount of vitamin C naturally, without any horrible ingredients or anything like that. Plus, it's if you take a natural zinc and natural vitamin D, this is a powerful, wonderful combinations to take in order to boost your immune system. So in the morning, 1 glass of water, water, 1 teaspoon of organic castor oil, cherry powder, natural zinc and natural vitamin D, and take these 3 things in the morning, and this is going to boost your immune system like there is no tomorrow. And also I can see that your stomach and tummy, it's going to be a little bit sensitive as well. Please try to take like a friendly bacteria which you find in yogurts, and also at the same time if you can take something like organic aloe vera juice. Organic aloe vera juice is remarkable when it comes to the actual sensitive stomach, because it has got ingredients which are really beneficial when it comes to like basically being very, very soothing indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Aquamarini. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. I love you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You know, did you notice that things are kind of like not feeling as heavy lately? I'm not saying that things were really, really heavy, but I'm referring to an ongoing readings that I had for a long time that I always mentioned to you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, that you did not have it easy. Now this is all going to start slowly changing, and you will see exactly what I mean. You had a lot to deal with when it comes to emotions, when it comes to family, when it comes to making important decisions, which beautifully you did not think selfishly. You were just making sure that you are, you were just making sure that people around you in your life are having a good time, that they're safe. You were just thinking about other people in your life more than about yourself. So this is why this wonderful moment is slowly coming, and now this week also is going to be rather powerful when it comes to you starting to feel it slightly like kind of lighter. You're going to start feeling like already kind of like the fog is going to start going, the fog is going to start going. No, the fog is slowly going to start disappearing. There you go. Think properly, Sasha. The fog is going to start disappearing. Think properly, see? No! The fog is going to start disappearing slowly, and most certainly it's going to affect your balance so nicely. It already started to slowly happening this week prior, the 12th, the week before the 12th of October. You see, already you started to feel like this energy going slowly, and in return, this is not only making you feel already lighter, but it's going to it's already kind of like making you feel creative, and this is boosting your confidence. It's also it's going to boost your self-esteem, and it's also going to be an important week when it comes to you having a very strong indication that there is something really big going to happen. And this week it's going to be all about the actual preparations for that. You're gonna feel it, you're gonna know it, and you're gonna have an important sign which is gonna happen and which is gonna come to you when you least expect it. And the sign that you are going to have, it's gonna maybe be like a little dream, or it's maybe gonna come to you the first thing in the morning, but most certainly suddenly it's gonna come to you. What change it's going to happen? What change is going to happen first? And what change is going to affect you? And what change you're going to need to prepare on, and what change you're going to need to pay attention to. And it's to do with the progress and the progress, but it's also to do with a certain person, It's to do with somebody in your life as well. So this is all going to be so important when it comes to your intuition, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You see, my babies, on one hand, this is a great week to do things to relax yourself. You need to make sure that you are really in a mood of of thinking of your work-life balance, This is an important time when you give a lot to yourself by thinking about the work-life balance, by making sure that you are doing the right things, that you're maybe eating the right food, you're taking care of yourself, you're meditating, you're grounding yourself, but at the same time, you just need to know that you are going to have an absolutely remarkable new sense of of direction revealed to you by the end of this week. But even before that, it's very important to understand that you are somehow going to have a very strong and bizarre and strange and unusual and weird sign. And that sign that you're going to have, it's going to be very psychic. It's going to be very intuitive. It's going to feel very, very real. It's going to feel very strong. Almost like the certain elements of your future are going to be provided to you. They're going to be right in front of you. And the way this is going to happen, it depends on your personal spiritual journey. Whether this is going to happen to you when you are like completely like just like thinking, you know, and then it comes to you, you know, it depends how you're going to touch up to it, you know, whether it's going to come to you when you're like sitting and then you have a moment of lucid dreaming, or whether it's going to happen to you when you're meditating on purpose, whether it's going to happen to you when we are grounding yourself, whether it's going to happen to you when you're sleeping and it's just come to you like in a dream, whether it's going to happen to you when you wake up in the morning, like something just comes to you, oh my god, I need to pay attention to that person because there's certain changes that are going to take place, you see, it's to do with a certain person, and you will know kind of like what to do, and you will know kind of that you're gonna need to start changing yourself a little bit and putting that person maybe like a very important priority in your life. So this is important time. Or maybe it could even come to you when you go outside. Just remember that being with the nature, reconnection and connection, and this powerful moment in time, it's also really good for us because it helps us to kind of clear our mind in a very powerful and spiritual way. But that in return also helps us to understand really, really powerful and important things about us, because it gives us the opportunity to go on the next level when it comes to this particular dimension that reveals things to us that are about to happen, that are really going to be important to us, because they are slowly going to start changing us, but in the best possible way, okay? In the best possible way, because it's something that you knew that is going to happen, but also it's something that happens that is just, when it happens, it brings an element of like surprise and uncertainty at the same time. So this is all going to be important when it comes to your own preparation at the same time, my gorgeous aquamarini. But on another hand, you know, you just need to be careful. Oh my god, I'm always being a dark Lala. You just need to be careful because there is somebody around you. I don't know. There is somebody around you that is just not right to me. Somebody who is like around you, I don't know, maybe they're not who they are, and that you need to be careful because it's to do with a certain dealings, maybe it's to do with some kind of offer, maybe that person is going to come out to you and tell you something and offer something to you, but just be really careful because there is somebody naughty little bastard who is going to try to deceive you with something. So you need to see who this is. And the best way to protect yourself against this person again is just like listen to your intuition, because your intuition, I know I've been saying this for a while, but in this week it's it's going to be highlighted, and it's going to come more as a sense of confirmation than anything else. So be very careful, because there's a little bastard here who's going to try to take a little advantage, so you need to be careful. And it's going to come to you, you know, you will know who this is. It's going to be a bit of like a, oh my god. It's not that you're going to have to think about it, it's literally going to come to you. You will become aware of it, and it's more like a confirmation than anything else. You're either aware of that person already, or either this is just someone who's like really strongly like stuck in your subconscious mind. It's like, hello, I'm here, and it's going to be like that, you know what I mean? It's just going to come out to you. So be careful, you know, be careful. Okay, and somebody around you on another hand needs help. My god, I've been seeing this week. It's like, oh my lord, we're all like, you know, but somebody around you, it's just doing something very bad to themselves. Somebody who's very close to you is doing something to themselves that they shouldn't. What is it? Is it a bit of like drinking too much? Is it smoking too much? If it's like, oh my god, like so many other things that they could be doing. Something is not right. And maybe it could be like a wrong food. Like maybe somebody's like torturing themselves with the wrong food. But somebody needs your interference. And somebody needs you to put your foot down. Because this person is close to you. And it's now or never, honestly. So somebody needs your help. And you're very strong, my gorgeous aquamarines. You know, you're very enthusiastic. You're very powerful. You're very, very beautiful signs. You're powerful in so many different ways. you know. And it's not only that you're born empaths, you know, you're born psychics, like everybody is, but you're on a very high level. But at the same time, you have got a very strong intuition and also the healing, you know. And now you need to come to terms with this, that someone in your life very close to you is doing something that they shouldn't. And even if you're not aware of it, you know, it's time to like kind of, oh my God, what it is, you know. So it's not bad or anything like that. It's not like, oh my God, no, baby, no. You are the one who is holding the key. You are the one who is holding the answer. You are the one who is ultimately going to make you feel, make them feel so much better. And you're the one who is going to be primarily responsible for themselves getting out of that situation. But it's important for you to realize, because it's getting to the like very, very kind of like, oh my God, very, very not scary stage, but you know, something should really start changing at this moment. You need to stay true to yourself, you know. You need to stay true to yourself. You need to trust yourself when you get a certain response, because the responses that you were getting so far weren't up to scratch. You know what I mean. And maybe also you were kind of like maybe denying certain things to yourself. So you really need to kind of jump into it right now. Please. Also, when it comes to the actual, you know, I've seen this last week as well, my gorgeous aquamarinis, but when it comes to the actual justice, you know, this is a remarkable time when it comes to the actual justice, but not the actual process and progress of justice like when it comes to court. But you will hear something and it's going to mean to you so much. The process of justice is going to go towards the right direction. And this in itself is going to be remarkable, because as soon as you hear this, it's nothing to do with you, but it's going to affect you. But it's also a sign. As soon as you hear something, it makes you like, oh yeah, good, that is justice. You will know that very soon you will be told some kind of advice that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing as well at the same time. When you hear about a certain process of justice, you're also at the same time going to hear about a remarkable advice. And this is going to help you so much in so many different ways, on so many different levels, my gorgeous aquamarinis as well. Okay, have your eyes open, because you will see something this week and it's going to surprise you, but it's going to be mind-blowing, because also it's going to give you an idea. A reconnection with somebody very important in your life is going to happen. Somebody very special, very beautiful, very spiritual in your life is going to let you know that they're about to have a reconnection. Maybe they will come and see you. Maybe you knew this, maybe you didn't, but now you know. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, my babies. La 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 la. I have an urge to do this. Okay. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous aquamarini, and I'm going to see what is your tarot card for this week. Magician, la 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 la. Magician, my gorgeous aquamarini, you know, come on, express yourself, my babies, express yourself. The more active you are, the more you're gonna get out of it. The more active you are, the more you're gonna gain out of it. Even if you just clean all day, even if you're like cleaning your house all day, even if you're like sticking things in your house all day, even if you're like changing tapestry or something all day, even if you're hoovering all day, it doesn't matter what you do in order to be active, but this is your path in order to gain the necessary momentum when it comes to your energy. And once you gain this really big and necessary momentum, then this is the time when something is going to be revealed to you. It's very difficult to explain, but while you're doing this, you're expressing yourself, you're taking your energy on the whole next level, and that in return brings you and helps you with a reflection about yourself, which has got like a psychic insights at the same time, the elements of which are going to bring you an important moment about what exactly you need to think about, what exactly you need to pay attention to, what exactly you need to take on the next level. Something very beautiful and very important is going to come to the surface. What you're so beautiful about, what you're very special about, about. It's going to answer your question. What would you need to do next? What the next stage is going to be? Because it's to do with you, with who you are, and what you're very, very special about. It's a magician, beautiful, trust yourself, you're going to surprise yourself, but also at the same time, very important answer, it's going to be answered. Indeed, in particular when it comes to you doing something that you want to do and following your path, following your skill, you know. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle this oracle cards, my gorgeous aquamarini. La 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 la. Oracle cards. Oh, you see, illuminate the shadow, my gorgeous aquamarini, illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. And this is also an important moment, and it's just like a double reminding me that when you go and I'm telling you, like when you go, because I know that you're gonna do it, when you go to like kind of meditate a little bit, you know, you need to make sure that you're contemplating at the same time, because it's saying like a focus on a solution, but it's all about meditating and thinking and contemplating at the same time, because now you will be able to get through where you need to get so much quicker, so much sooner. So something that would just kind of create you so many negativities and complex situation is going to come forward, and it's going to seem like completely simple and easy and absolutely remarkable thing to do. And very important above all, something is going to come to the surface, you know, in particular when it comes to the actual focusing on a solution. But most certainly just ask yourself a question while you're meditating, or while you're grounding yourself, or while you're in the nature. You don't even need to lie down like, okay, let me just relax myself. No, baby, no. You can go into the nature and connect and reconnect with the nature, and at the same time, in return, this is going to bring you this necessary balance. But however, through this process of meditation, thinking and rejuvenation, you know, some kind of like absolutely remarkable solution you will have to the problem, you know, that was bringing you lots of darkness. So this is going to be a very important moment in time for you to move on sorry, as well at the same time. I'm just going to be back 1 second before I do Piscelini. I need to drink my waterini. La 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 la. Water. Na 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 na. Everybody thinks like, where do I go always? Oh, did you go to the toilet? No, baby, no. I drink my water. I'm obsessed with water. Okay, I'm absolutely obsessed with water. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 ceiling. Bye 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 bye. Oh my God, my Piscelini, you know what? Good news for you this week, because you know, on one hand, this is going to be so personal to you, and it looks like you're going to start feeling really proud of yourself when you hear this good news. You're like really, really proud of yourself, because it's going to give you the sense of achievement at the same time, and this is going to be remarkable because at the same time, It's going to make you feel so good. It's going to make you feel. It's going to make you feel so optimistic, and it's also that particular sense of achievement that you are going to have. It's going to help you to recognize, what next path for you it's actually going to be. And it's not so much about new path, because it has got too many elements of things that you have been wanting to do for a long time. But it's other things that are going to be revealed at the same time that are going to become really interesting, because it's, on one hand, it's going to provide you with a new sense of direction. It's going to confirm things to you. It's going to give you a sense of direction, the strong sense of having a control over a situation, which is ultimately going to lead towards you having a remarkable sense, not only the sense of direction that you needed so much, but also at the same time, it's to do with the timing. You will know exactly, not exactly, but you're going to firmly have a very strong indication of how long you're going to need to kind of go towards the certain path, or how long until something really important happens. I've seen this before, my gorgeous Piscelinis, and I'm seeing this again. It's about the opportunity that you are going to have. This is a very strong moment in time. On one hand, karmically, a powerful reward, very important reward, because you did something in the past, something really good not that long ago, so this is going to bounce back, and that's why this is so sharp now. It's so significant and it's very vivid. But it's about the opportunity that you are going to have, and I've seen this last week. I know it's so important because it's most certainly leading towards this week continuation of something sacred in your life, and that's why I'm seeing it so vivid. It's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to really be good when it comes to your self-esteem, when it comes to your confidence, but most importantly, my babies, March and April, I've seen this last week, this is so important. March and April 2021 are going to be huge. They're going to be massive when it comes to this new beginning now. So it's all about the opportunity, but it's also about an integral part of your life, an integral part of your spiritual journey, which is going to see you through. And things that didn't make sense, things that have been bringing you down, now it's just going to really have a really nice flip-flop spiritual moment, and it's going to rejuvenate you, and it's going to in turn and work in your favor. So this is so important, something so significant you're going to do this week, and you're going to surprise yourself where on earth you will have a confidence to do this. I'm not saying that you don't have a confidence, but this is how you're going to feel, which means that like something so annoying, stupid and silly in your life that started to drain your energy like so much, it's going to really overshadow itself, and you are going to grow above it. You're going to grow around it, and you are going to be dealing with this. And this is so important because it is just going to be step in the right direction. My gorgeous Piscelini, you are going to make a huge, massive, enormous Piscelin step in the right direction. And this is something that you needed. This is something that you wanted, and you will see how simple certain things are that you thought that it would be very, very complicated. So you are going to surprise yourself, but you are going to feel so proud about yourself at the same time. I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Piscelini. You know what? It's so significant because at the same time, make sure that you understand that it's just basically about an important reward, which you are also going to have, an important reward, but also at the same time, this is going to bring you an absolutely remarkable balance, and that in itself is going to rejuvenate you. Do you know, when I say rejuvenation, it's all about the energy, balance and rebalance, which is going to be directly responsible for you feeling so determined. Listen to me very carefully. Anything that you feel so determined about, now you should do it. Anything that makes you feel really good, do it. Anything that makes you feel excited, do it. Anything that you know that you should be doing and pay attention to it, do it. Do not this is so important. Ignore anything from the outside. Do not block yourself and do not block your progress because of somebody else or because of some other people. You follow your path, you follow your journey, and you do things that you feel it's the right thing for you to do, okay? Do not let the confusions from the outside world to enter your spiritual bubble. Now this is more important than ever. Now this is more significant than ever, because by the time we get to the March 2021, this is gonna go on the whole next level. But just remember, it's an opportunity, and you need to remember that opportunity is going to become evident at the end of this week. It's going to be tiny to start with, but most certainly one step at a time. That's why I'm saying to do things that you think that are right and follow your intuition. It's very, very important, my gorgeous Piscellini. Indeed, you know, there is a lot going to be going on this week, most certainly, but at the same time, you need to understand that your ability to multitask this week is going to be remarkable, okay? Your ability to multitask this week is also going to be remarkable, and this is going to be important because it's also going to be connected to some kind of like a completion, but most importantly, some kind of trip or journey are becoming quite evident here, that are going to be quite important, even if it's like something a little to do, you know. Most certainly certain trip or journey are going to become quite relevant when it comes to you and when it comes to your situation, my gorgeous Piscellini. But most certainly it's going to be quite important, you know. What this week is going to bring you strength, control over situation, a personal power, you know, personal power. And then also at the same time, you will realize how powerful you are, and you will realize how strong you are. And you're also going to have a moment like, oh my God, this is why I'm here on this earth for. This is why I'm so this is why I was so maybe confused earlier. This is why I was uncertain. This is why things haven't been happening as quick, why things haven't been unfolding as quick as they could have. You know, it's all going to make sense. You know, it's so important to say that it's about realizing that you're stronger than you possibly know. And this is going to be a really magical moment in itself, you know, because now that it's going to help you realize that you have got a very, very powerful choice, very, very powerful moment coming up. But it's all to do with the one step at a time. Indeed, you're going to feel like you want to make an important decision when it comes to some kind of judgment as well. You know, you just need to remember when you make that judgment to not to jump into any conclusion, and don't rush, because it looks like somebody's going to try to push you, like to make a certain judgment, and somebody's going to try to hurry you up, but you will be able to feel this. And if you feel this week and somebody's trying to hurry you up to make a certain judgment, just move away from that person and go at some other moment in time. At least one night, one day need to pass, and then you go over and then you make a judgment. And then if you're not able to do this, or if you're not able to kind of have that opportunity or whatever, then it's just simply not for you. But if you feel rushed into something, then you go home, you sleep, you wait for one night to pass, and then you go back over. If that opportunity is not there anymore, then it's not for you. If it's there for you, then it's most certainly for you. So you just need to like dig a little bit deeper and go with this energy in order to get where you need to get, and in order to go through the right door, which are most certainly going to protect you as well on so many different levels. But they're also going to open the door for you that wouldn't normally be open, and also they're going to be connected to the swift change. Except no, you need to understand that that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is like a message. Expect an important message as well. An important message is going to arrive. And it's to do with a waiting process, it's to do with a waiting progress, it's to do with uncertainty, and it's also to do with the moment when you're going to realize like, ooh la la, beautiful, strong, powerful light at the end of the tunnel. When it comes to the actual relationships, this is a very important week, and also, you know, it's a very important week when it comes to people in your life who you can trust, you know, because someone is going to come through, someone is going to reach out to you who is very important in your life, and they're going to point towards a certain direction. They're going to single something out for you. Somebody who knows you, somebody who understands you in your life is going to have a remarkable and very important opportunity, very important something is going to be singled out for you, very important information for you. So pay attention to this, because it's something that you need to work on, something that you need to fix, something that you need need to help to heal. And at the same time, you know, this is going to not only provide you with a certain vision that you're going to be able to connect so much, but it's also going to be a wake-up call, because it's going to come through someone who's so special in your life, who understands you in and out, and they very often can see things around us that we can't see, and it's vice versa at the same time. So they are going to have an important information for you, but it's connected to the new beginning and the confirmation as well, you know. And that in itself is just going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, and you are going to absolutely love it. When it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Pisceans, this is very important. You also, I know I said it before, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. It's organic acerola cherry powder twice a day throughout the week. In the morning, organic acerola cherry powder, 1 little teaspoon, mix it up with water, then drink it. Take this alongside natural vitamin D and natural zinc. And this is going to boost your immune system like there is no tomorrow, my baby. And you need to use this because you're going to benefit from this a lot. And in the evening, you just have like organic acerola cherry powder teaspoon without a natural zinc and without vitamin D. So in the morning, vitamin C, which is basically organic acerola cherry powder which with vitamin D and zinc, and in the evening just organic acerola cherry powder, which is just a natural vitamin C basically. So this is what you need to have, and this is going to beautifully boost your immune system. And also make sure that you are drinking chamomile tea, organic chamomile tea throughout this week without sugar, please, if you possibly can. And chamomile tea is going to be remarkable for your stomach, because your stomach is also going to be a little bit sensitive. And also make sure that you're drinking something like organic aloe vera juice, wonderful for stomach lining. And also if you can take something like a natural friendly bacteria like in yogurts, for example, and this is going to be really beneficial when it comes to your entire digestive system or a stomach as well. Very important indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Sorry. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Pisceans, or not. So now I'm just going to see what is your tarot card. Oh, of course, the High Priestess, of course. Look at this. This is absolutely brilliant, you know. Very, very wise moment. On one hand, this week is going to bring you a beautiful reward, but then it's just going to give you so many reasons to be excited about, so many reasons to smile. You know, you're going to start realizing things, you know, about your life that are so beautiful, and you're going to start realizing them from a completely different level. This is because the spirituality this week is going to be absolutely remarkable, but most certainly a very, very wise week. You're going to find yourself feeling very wise. You're going to find yourself doing things differently. You're going to find yourself attaching to things differently. You're going to find yourself acting differently, because it's going to be very wise week that you're going to have. I'm not saying that you are like not wise normally, but this week is going to be specifically high because you're going to be doing things and working on your problems and issues, and at the same time you're going to be like really surprising yourself, like, oh my god, I can't believe I've done this, I can't believe I've done that. Well, do you know what? This is all going to boil down towards the one particular moment, my gorgeous Pisceans. A mind-blowing, wise moment. You will be very analytical at the same time. So this is all going to be the part of this actual situation which is going to arise. Very, very wise choice you're going to make. Very, very wise moment. It's going to make you to have a very wise choice. And that wise choice is going to require from you to be analytical a little bit, but most certainly it's going to be the right thing to do, because it's going to help you to move on from the life that no longer serves you, and you will realize that you are going to really do something so important for your quality of your life, because things that have been holding you down, you're going to release yourself from, you see. So things that have been kind of blocking you and preventing you to move on, they will go by you making this wise choice, because those things that have been keeping you frequently restrained, now they're beautifully coming to an end. So this is wonderful, wise, mind-blowing choice you're actually going to make. I'm so happy for you, because it's going to reflect on your quality on life, and it's to do with the waiting game, because you've been waiting for this moment, my gorgeous Pisceans, indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle this oracle card. And I'm going to see what is your oracle card going to say for you. Oh, surprise, surprise. You see, timing is critical. Okay, you will know, my baby, you will know when to think about this particular card this week. Timing is critical. Number 7, it's also going to be very specific number and very powerful number when it comes to some kind of timekeeping, when it comes to some kind of timing, and when it comes to the luck, and when it comes to the energy. So number 7 is a very powerful number. So it's also going to be the very strong sense of direction and intuition that you are going to have. So it's going to happen with an element of surprise, but most certainly you are going to kind of like find yourself questioning yourself, or maybe you should do it, maybe you should not. It's about the contemplation, and you will know that the timing is critical. Just go for it, go for it, go for it. You will know exactly what am I talking about, but also at the same time you will be guided by your guardian angels, by your spirit guide. So you're going to strongly feel about it, you know, and it's going to surprise you about yourself, but it's going to be the best possible surprise ever, because it's all about you feeling that very, very strong sense of direction that is about to unfold in front of you indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I hope you like my little top. Okay, so I've designed this myself. So if you would like to buy your own Cressida Make-A-Wish top, then you can see up here, you will see like a little, you will see a little on top in the corner, you will be able to buy it. Or you can see like in the description below, you will be able to see the link to buy this Cressida top if you would like to buy it for yourself indeed. Otherwise, thank you ever so much to every single one of you for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you all. Bye.